Welcome back. I'm doing the thing where I don't write an intro to the video again. I don't know why I keep torturing myself. I need a drink. Oh, God.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
The door's open behind me. I know one time I got someone complaining that the door was open. They're like, oh my God, I'm so worried about the door being open. It feels like someone's gonna just like walk by or something. Oh my God, did someone?
They're like, oh my God, I'm so worried about the door being open.
No, seriously though, someone was like, oh my God, I'm so scared. Like something's gonna like pop up behind you. And I'm like, it's an open door. You know what's behind me? My empty house. I can assure you it's empty right now, okay? If I don't have the door open, by the time I'm done with this video, which will likely, in the end, be 2 hours of raw footage of me talking to myself about the most nonsensical things that don't really matter. By the end of that, this room will be 100 degrees. It's like when people forget about their kids in the car, and then the car heats up so hot that their kids literally melt to death in there. Like they're like a veteran in a tank or something. It's like that, but with their children in the car. It's really interesting that people just forget their kids in the car. And they die. And then you have to put like reminders. It's like the 80s when they put reminders on the TV. It's 8 p.m. Do you know where your kids are? Hey, I would hope you know where your kids are. I always know where my dog is. And she's a dog. I don't want to be one of those kids. You know, it's really interesting to me. I'm not even doing the video. Half the time I don't even talk about what the fuck I'm talking about in these videos. It's really interesting to me seeing creators online who never, like their whole thing is that they never talk about politics. Trying so hard to not talk about these very real things that are happening that are affecting every part of everyone's lives. It's like when the Nintendo YouTubers started talking about tariffs. Like, this is the only time I'm ever gonna cover politics. I'm like, would you know it? Everything is political, right? You kinda need to talk about politics sometimes. Video games are political. How much longer are you gonna keep ignoring the fact that, you know, fucking citizens are getting deported? One day it may be you. Cozying up a little bit too much with Japan. Watashi wa Nihon taisuki desu ne. That's you. Today I'm going through the Bad Men's Anatomy subreddit. I made a video on Bad Women's Anatomy like over 2 years ago now, okay? So I decided to make a new one of those videos, revamp it, okay, with my new and improved comedy. So I did one of those videos at the beginning of the year. So I decided, why don't I go through Bad Men's Anatomy again? It's the same concept, except it's the male body that's under scrutiny. I know, it's a rare occurrence, but let's get into it. A cut-off tweet, but this is a picture of, well, a headless photo of Tim Walz and his son and his wife, I believe. I don't know, the bottom of his wife's face looks like Hillary Clinton. Someone replies, Tim Walz is 70, his son is Tim Walz is 60, although that's not too outrageous in the land of American politics. His son is 17, that means he had him at age 43. That's spoiled semen, so yeah. Do you drink 47-year-old dairy milk? Because it's the same exact thing. Did you know that actually? When the testicles produce semen, it is actually the exact same process that happens when a cow gives birth and then starts producing milk. And then people milk that cow. They take their baby away from the cow, and then they milk it, and then they artificially inseminate again, and then they milk the cow over and over until the cow can't produce milk anymore, and then they kill it so we can eat it. Meat and dairy, right? I'm thinking right now how I believe my dad was around the age of 60 when I was 17. I can't remember now. My dad was in his mid-40s, I think, when my mom had me. I guess I'm spoiled semen. Well, it reflects in my content, so.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer? Every night. I can feel my leg.
In response to the Check Your Chest campaign for breast cancer awareness. This makes me livid. I'm fighting breast cancer, not chest cancer. Breast cancer is sex-specific. When news sources such as the BBC refer to women's specific health concerns using so-called inclusive language, it erases women. Every day that I live through, I live through it. I don't live in it, I live through it. It's an obstacle I have to overcome. Living through the day. My pessimism and nihilism just gets increasingly worse. I don't, honestly, maybe this is unpopular to some of you, but I don't know why they have to change it from breast to chest. The intention, it's well-intentioned. That's what I'm trying to say. What's annoying about this is, well, the annoying thing about this post is that men can get breast cancer too. That's why this post is ridiculous and has been posted in Bad Men's Anatomy. There you go. The real problem is that men and women both have breast. So there's no point in changing it to chest, in my opinion. Everyone has breast, and I feel like if you kept the language of breast and then hammered it home in these people's minds, literally hammered their skull because, I don't know what, they need a lobotomy or something, but... If you literally hammered it into their skull that men have breasts too, cisgender men also have breast, and but they have less breast tissue, therefore they can get breast cancer, I think the world will be a better place. And I understand some people don't want to call their chest or their boobs breast. They would prefer the word chest. I don't know. I don't really think it matters. Like I said, it's fucking semantics. This person clearly thinks this matters. Does it affect me if they call it breast or chest? It doesn't. Does it affect this person? Not really. I don't think they have anything better to do than tweet. Do they also run 3 companies at the same time? Likely. Yes. I think inclusive language has a time and a place. In this case, I feel like it would be better if we just kept it as breast. That's my personal opinion. There's one thing if you're erasing a subset of the population. I don't think the word breast erases a subset of the population because everyone has breast tissue. Period. I'm gonna end it there. The next word that's gonna come out of my mouth is finna be finna. Period. Right. The mosquitoes are finally starting to get to me. I got 2 bug bites on my arm right there. Can you see that? And I am scratching them so hard right now, I'm hoping I rip my skin off. That'll have to be flagged as shocking content in YouTube Studio when I upload this video. But this post was originally posted in the subreddit r/bigdickproblems, which I did not know existed before this. There's a subreddit for everything. I've said that before. It's not a joke. I bet I could find, is there a big vagina problem? Big. Okay. Doesn't seem to be a subreddit for big vagina, but I can make that happen. You know, I'm part of the club. What? Bad sex ed being taught by female teachers, as if condom sizes aren't one of the biggest issues on the subreddit. Who else saw this nonsense being taught as fact by women in schools? Now, I never got sex ed. When I was in 5th grade, I believe, they like separated the boys, the girls, the birds, the bees. By the way, which one is which is the boy a girl? Is the boy the bird or the girl the bee? Which one is which? Why do they call it the birds and bees? Because birds and bees don't reproduce. That's kind of messed up to imagine that. They both disperse pollen. You're trying to suggest that both girls and boys are pollinators, therefore they suck semen? By the way, at that time, I would have killed to know what they talked to the boys about. All I heard is that the male gym teacher told the boys about how they were going to get like erections or something. And I was like, I would have fucking killed to be in that room. I want to hear all about that, baby. I was 10 years old. I was like, get me in this fucking gymnasium, bruh. I want to hear about some fucking erections, okay? And they took the boys back there, and that was like the secretive thing, like we're not supposed to share it between once another. And they like told the girl, they put these diagrams on the board. We were in the LGR, the large group room, put up pictures on the screen of like a female anatomy body with like hair on it. And I'm like, bitch, I got hair fucking 5 years ago. I was like, this is not new to me. And then they're talking about us getting like our periods and stuff. It was like just the fact of like you're going into middle school, and they did that was like their mandatory thing, telling us that like your body's gonna change. A lot of things are going to happen to you that you're probably not gonna like. And then the only other time I ever got any form of sex education, well, okay, there's 2 times. When I was in 9th grade, we were heavily taught like an abstinence program. I vividly remember in the classroom, our teacher, who was like the gym teacher, she was like telling us, like, she gave us like a literal slip of paper. She told us, keep it in your wallets, keep it in your pocket all the time. And on this slip of paper, it was written to us, like, it was basically telling us how far in baseball we can get with our partners. You can kiss, you can cuddle, you can even naked cuddle. I was like, whoa. And then you can like, whatever the fuck. Do fucking ATMing in the parking lot. I don't even know what was on there, but all I remember is that in the no-no list, it was like any form of sex. So it's like, you know, fucking oral, fucking vaginal, anal. I don't even know what ear-roll, the fuck else. I vividly remember that. Like that was the only sex ed I got when I was 14 or 15. And then when I was a junior in high school, we got out because of COVID. And then all of the sex ed we got was through a screen online. All of the knowledge I've accumulated is because I had to teach myself. Everything I know is just because of my knowledge from being in certain spaces online, or like being around other people who are more knowledgeable, you know? I know nothing, absolutely nothing from school. I cannot attribute one thing I learned from my school, and that's really depressing, actually. What if I had become a little whore when I was 15? What if? What do you remember most from your first sex ed class? I remember Mrs. de Blasio, why are you doxing this lady? The school secretary, telling us to never believe a guy who said he couldn't wear condoms because they were too small, and then she stretched one over her head like a ski mask as proof. I actually learned about this only 3 years ago. I know all of us who are in any, I don't even know what, feminist spaces online or whatever the fuck. You've probably seen videos of women putting condoms over their leg or some shit. And they're like, well, I can fit it over my leg, so you can fit it over your dick. I've recently learned, well, this is kind of recent, but 3 years ago, I learned, again, got no sex ed, give me a break. There is actually a problem with condom sizes if you actually have a very large thing that's fanging down there. Actually, it can be very uncomfortable for them, or there's a possibility if it's actually not the right size, there's a more likelihood of it breaking, which I didn't know any of this, okay? However, I think part of this tweet is correct, because if a guy is using the size of his dick as an excuse to not put a condom on, that's just, I don't even know what to call it. That's a manipulative tactics so that he can get out of having safe sex with you. That's one thing. I've never looked at the condom aisle in the store, so I have no idea what options are available at the local Walmart. I know there are different sizes, so if you're using that as an excuse in that sense, that is bad. But please don't insult or make fun of me, but where does the dick go when wearing pants? Do you keep it centered? Or is it in a pant leg? I'm so confused. I'm 18-year-old female, by the way. Actually, you need to stop with the likes. Very, very few flaccid penises are large enough to need to go down pants. Have you seen a man wearing a Speedo? Just imagine this guy wearing pants over his Speedo. Those are some men in Speedos. I'm sorry. Well, let's close that tab. Sorry. What is this comment? It doesn't usually go down one leg unless your dick is unusually long and or your pants are unusually tight. If so, when you're getting a suit fitted, the tailor will ask whether you dress to the left or to the right and open up a seam for a little extra space at the top of the appropriate leg. Bro, imagine if you got big boobs and you're getting tailored for something and they're like, so do they swing to the left or the right? What do you mean? What a crazy thing to ask. I really just feel like it would be an inconvenience. I'm just thinking about everything I do just being hampered by this thing that's just always there, you know? Okay, so hear me out. So working out makes your muscles big and strong. Sewing is a muscle, so wouldn't stroking it make it grow bigger? How do you train biceps, right? Let's say that, because it's unlikely that you train legs, okay? Do you A, train them by lifting things up and down? Against gravity, of course. Or do you train them by doing this with your arm on it? You know, just the friction. You think that makes the muscles grow? Banging the wife chronically makes a man feminine? ? And I don't know. I guess the person I don't even know what's this thread's going on. I don't know. You can't just take a part of a Twitter thread. I need to know exactly what was said to lead to this conversation getting to this point. I need to know. There are rabbit holes I've gone through on Twitter where one person tweeted just one innocuous thing, and that has led let's say someone tweets about post-it notes, right? You go 6 tweets removed, just 6 tweets removed from that tweet, someone will be talking about overthrowing the American Imperial Empire, and you're like, how did we get here? It's seeing your 6 removed cousin and having sex with them, and you're like, penis has sensitive mucosa membranes along glands. Vagina produces and secretes estrogen. Putting your penis in this heavily estrogenified environment makes it absorb estrogen into your bloodstream at the most vulnerable part of the body. Testosterone production blocked. You know what I have to do for hormones? I have to take a needle. I have to do this when I'm done, actually. I have to take a needle, put it into my body, and then press on the other end of it to squirt stuff into my body. And you think putting your dick in a vagina, where it has likely not gone, is going to lower your testosterone levels? I've talked about this before. I've mentioned it before. Andrew Tate once talked about how having sex with a woman with a condom on is gay. He literally said that. I don't want to be the person who says that every person who's homophobic is secretly gay or something. But why would you, as a man, argue against having intercourse with women if you are a straight man? Why are you trying to make it as hard as possible for you to be with a woman and still affirm your own masculinity? Why? Because something's a little off there. I think I smell something fruity. I feel like something tells me that this next post I'm about to read, I've read it before and I've said something about it before. I don't care. I'm gonna say it again. Someone says no stupid questions. Well, this is a stupid question. If men, ejaculate and pee from the same hole, why doesn't peeing feel really good? I saved this post because I need to propose a question to all of you. You're telling me that you've never ever peed in your life and had it feel like you just busted a nut? Never? Really? You've never held it in for too long and then gone to the bathroom and you just that sweet release of your bladder is just so erotically euphoric that you just you're like, She didn't have to cut me off. Think I can never happen to know we were nothing. Have you guys ever shit so hard that it was all right, let's move on. If you test positive for testosterone, you are a male. What part about that don't people want to understand? Sex education. People hear that and they think, oh, they're bringing vibratos and dildos into the school, the middle school cafeteria, or the elementary school cafeteria. The teachers are teaching these students how to perform fellatio. No, they're telling them how the human bodies work. Let me spell it out for you. Every person has testosterone and estrogen in their body. If you were a male who only had testosterone or you were a female who only had estrogen, your body would not function. You need both of them. Males have more testosterone. That's why they have male secondary sex characteristics, like a deep voice, like facial hair, like balding. Women have secondary female sex characteristics, like boobs. Although some men have those too, but a high-pitched voice, okay? Like a rounder and softer face. These are just generalizations. You get what I'm saying? If you change the balance, right? That's, where transgender people come in. If you change the balance in a male, then they will have more female sex characteristics, secondary sex characteristics. If you change it for a female, they will have more secondary male sex characteristics. Okay. The Independent, glad they're reporting great journalism. Strong sperm could impregnate women in swimming pools, child protection chief says. Even without penetration, men may become sexually excited by women in the pool and ejaculate, therefore causing a pregnancy. The vagina is a vacuum. It's like, Ocarina of Time, it's like Dodongo's mouth. You open that baby up, you spread those legs, and it's just like... From the yacht to the such to the wrist to the mule, yeah, I'm edging in Ohio, fantasizing as I use. Or like fucking Kirby, When I met you in the summer. Just sucking it's like a fucking black hole. Just sucking, the time warps around it. Everything falls into its ginormous center. The mass of its center is so dense that we cannot even comprehend it. You could fit millions of masses of the sun in there. You could not even comprehend how much could fit in there, and yet some of them are, the densest ones are so small. The idea of this is so disgusting. How do you accidentally, without doing anything, just who is so, you're objectifying people so much, you go to the pool and see people in swimsuits, you just can't control yourself in the pool. Say you're doing laps, you're fucking training to be like Michael Phelps or some shit, and then you just see a glimmer of a butt crack near you, and you just... On the left photo, we have a photo of Mark Zuckerberg. Mark's photo displays the following female skeletal markers. Small, oval, female skull. Short, thin, female arms. Tiny, female hands. Egregiously female Q angle. What? Right. When I first saw this, I thought liberal Republican. Mark's photo displays the following female skeletal markers. Excessive breast tissue. Female shoulder to hip ratio. Short female arms that hang akimbo? Oh, come on. Mark Zuckerberg has female hips. Listen, I'm all for dogging on Mark Zuckerberg as often as possible. But why are we trying to transvestigate Mark Zuckerberg? What we should be doing is we should be lizard gating him. See his eyes. They do not blink horizontally. Mark, when he speaks, it's like he was trained to speak that way, you know? Like he had to watch a lot of human TV. Mark has never drank water in his life. I'm never gonna let the bit die. I don't care. I don't care. I don't think he's a person. I don't. I don't. Also, I love these photos of him. He does look very gay. Sorry. Mark, I don't think he looks like this anymore, though, because he does, like, jujitsu now. I think he's, like, ripped now. So, like, I don't really think this is, like, a thing now that people... I don't think people would be transvestigating Mark as heavily as they did when this was posted, which was 5 years ago. Technically, Kim Kardashian is part black. After carrying 2 black children in your womb, their black DNA gets into the bloodstream of the mother. So, biologically, Kim K is part black. That part black she is the spray paint she puts on for her photo shoots. That part black she is the implants she gets put in her. Down 14 pounds in just 1 week. Lose weight while you sleep without workout or diets. Okay, that's called starving yourself. Negative 2 pounds per day guaranteed. Day 14, morbidly obese. Day 7, overweight. Day 14, 5% body fat. Bodybuilders miss this simple hack. You want to get lean before your competitions? Don't dehydrate yourself the day up. Just follow this weight program and you'll be more ripped than fucking, what's his name? I don't fucking know. Fucking Sam Sulik. Ads like this are like a particular source of pain for me. Like I gotta kill myself or something. I am, just not today, but they like piss me off more than they probably should. I've worked out in my life. Duh. I care about my physical fitness and my health and whatever and what I eat and blah, 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 whatever the fuck. Right. Last summer, I had like striations in my calves. Okay, I wasn't 1% body fat. Oh my god, I wasn't like a single digit body fats. I was probably like, I want to say probably 12, 11% body fat. Even then, and I was like 155 pounds, which is like pretty low for me. I'm 5'8", so 155 pounds is like getting really low. I still didn't have abs. I have such a strong core. I can hold proper positioning in a plank for like 5 minutes. I could do ab exercises that the average person cannot do. I'm eating minimal food, and then all I have is a 4-pack. I'm like, I genuinely don't think like everyone can get abs, and maybe I'm just like coping. What I gotta do to get abs? I feel like if I was at the point where you could see 6 abs on me, I probably would have to be like 130 pounds, and I'd be like half starved. Meet Baldo, a device that turns your testicles into a second penis. You know what this looks like? Looks like the rubber bullets that the pigs fire at people in the streets. There's a reason why people have to like get put under in an operating room with people who have done this their whole lives, for them to get their penis surgically removed, or for them to get their balls removed, or for them to get a new fucking penis created. I don't fucking know. Imagine how simple the world could be if you could just take this silicone thing and create new genitals. This is the real future of trans healthcare. At home, vaginal, and what's the other one? Phalloplasties. I really am concerned. The rubber bullets, a lot of them look like sex toys, but I mean, come on, they really do just like, they look like something that I would put up my asshole.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Baby, don't hurt me.
Well, that's it for me, and that's it for this video. Let me know what you thought about this video down below. What's the worst men's anatomy you've ever seen? Let me know. Before the video ends, I want to give a shout out to my Patreon members who are part of my Alpha and Delta tiers. Thank you so much to Zelko Vasalts, Olivia Schutt, Roran Zdravko, Mail and Weird Items, and Dallas Andrade. Thank you so much for your continued support. Truly, it means a lot to me. It means the world to me, actually. Thank you so much to all of my Patreon members. If you want to become a Patreon, the link will be down below. I also have a new member section on my channel. It doesn't offer the same benefits that my Patreon does It's only $3 a month if you were considering joining. All the benefits you're going to get really are channel badges and exclusive emojis. I'm not sure if I'll ever combine the same benefits I have on my Patreon with my channel memberships, but for now, this is the only tier I have. I completely understand if you don't want to join. I get it. But if you did want to have access to exclusive emojis and channel badges, that is a thing. I just figured I'd mention it at the end of the video. But yeah, I really hope you all enjoyed this video, but more importantly than that, I really hope I see you in the next one. You'll be there, right? Right. Bye-bye.